Hey guys, it's Hayes with CheatSheetPros.com. Today is Sunday, March 6th, and we're going to take a look at some NBA player props and prize picks for the slate. So it's tough to do a video this early in the morning. It's 10 a.m. Central Time because a lot of the players don't come out till about noon on prize picks. So I try to dig through the ones that are up that I do like and then some to watch for later on. As always, open up the NBA cheat sheet, and this last 7 tab is key. I mean, it's huge for finding prize picks quickly. So if I've only got 15 minutes before game time, I can open up this sheet and put together a 5-man card and usually get 3 of 5, 4 of 5 the majority of the time. As always, we've got our minutes over here, last 7 average versus projected, our usage, last 10 game DVP. We talk about if it's green, so 23% or higher fantasy points to that position. That's a good spot to look at. Total fantasy points allowed. And if it's around 200, 210, that's low. 240, 250 is on the upper end because fantasy points equal stats equal props. So we have our points, rebounds, assists, points, rebounds, and assists over here. When I start this sheet, I open up the points, rebounds, and assists, and I sort it higher to lower. And if you're new to watching these prize pick videos, what we're looking at is the current projection, which is usually what the prize pick or player prop line is set at. That's what these sites like Thrive and Prize Picks and your sports books are using to set that line. And then this is what they've averaged over the last week. So we're looking for blips in the radar, big differences to see who's hot, who's not, so we can go over or under. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some points wins right off the bat. So I'm going to sort the difference from high to low, and we're going to come over here to prize picks. Now, the 3 that are not out yet that I really want to see is Brogdon, Garland, and Ja Morant. You can see they've got a plus 12, plus 11, and plus 10.9. They're not posted yet, so I couldn't talk about them, but those are ones I want you to keep an eye on. One that is up is Brandon Ingram, and let me make sure you can see that okay. So Brandon Ingram's playing a large amount of minutes, but he's got a tough DVP spot today against Denver, but they've been playing red hot. He's scoring almost 10 more points than his average projection, so that's the first guy that I wanted to take a look at. So his point prop number is 22.5. He's been over it in 3 of the last 4 games, averaging 24.2, and that's even with 2 games way under it. Now, he does have a tough matchup, but Utah and Sacramento were also tough matchups, and he has 29, 33, and 28 in 3 of the last 4 games. So we like Brandon Ingram to go over 22.5 points. Coming back over to the sheet, Tatum was not out yet. Zubac is another one that comes up. Now, he's got a good DVP spot. It's middle of the road for total fantasy points allowed, but you can see we hit that 23% allowed to his position, and he primarily just plays the one position, so it's not something where we have to worry about him moving around. And you can see he's a plus 8.5 here on the sheet. So Zubac is the second guy that I want to take a look at. So he's got a number of 10.5 points. So you can see his projection's 8.5. Prize Picks already has it at 10.5. So they're kind of ahead of the game. But you can see he's averaging 14.8 over the last 5 games, and that includes a 6-point game. So he's averaging well over this number. He's been over it in 4 of the last 5, and he's got 19, 22, and 14 over the last 3 games. So we like Zubac to go over 10.5 points. Sliding down, Durant's up, but his points prop is really high. So they got him projected at 22.8. He's been averaging 31, but again, that's only 1 game, and he's got a really high point prop, so he doesn't get over that by much. So that's one that I stayed away from in a tough matchup against Boston. I've been saying Shea, but I went to the OKC game this weekend, and I've been saying Shy, but apparently it's pronounced Shea. So Shea is another one to take a look at. He's not out yet. We got a couple low-minute players, and one of the guys in our chat, he pointed out the KCP points prop first half is just smashing, so that's one to take a look at, but it's not out yet. Drew Holiday's the next one that comes up. Nothing really jumps on the DVP side, but he is a plus 6, so that was one I wanted to take a look at and see how he's been doing over his last 5 games. So it's Drew, not Juru. So we got over 18.5 points here for Holiday. He's been over that in 5 straight games, and he's getting well over that, 26, 25, and 24 in 3 of the last 4. So we like him to go over against Devin Bookerless Phoenix. So no Devin Booker, no Chris Paul. Milwaukee's a 9.5-point favorite, so he should be able to get his points prop to go over. I don't mind that one at all. Coming back over to the cheat sheet, Giannis is another one to take a look at, but what jumped out at me was his rebound prop, and we're going to take a look at that, make sure there's no one else here. And then typically I do points, rebounds, and assists. So when I come over to rebounds and I sort of high to low to do the same thing we've been doing, Giannis jumps out. So he's a plus 4.5. That's his highest difference of these three on the cheat sheet. So he's averaging 16.3 rebounds over his last 3 games. So he was someone that I wanted to take a look at. So looking at Giannis, his points prop isn't terrible, but 30.5 is a lot. He's averaging 29.4, so he's averaging just under that, and this game has blowout potential, so I went ahead and shied away from that. But his rebound prop I was interested in because he's been averaging so many more over it. And you can see over the last 5 games, he's averaging 15 rebounds, which is good. That's 3 more rebounds, plus 12 gives us a push. It doesn't hurt us, so 11 or less is the only thing that hurts us. So after having a push here, and let me see, DRT, so that was probably in the All-Star game. His last 4, he's been over this, 14, 16, 17, 16, and he should have no issues grabbing rebounds today. So we like Giannis to go over 12 rebounds. That's one that jumped out at me. So those are the ones that we have right now. So we've got Ingram points over, Zubac points over, Jrue Holiday points over, Giannis rebounds over, and then I want to see Brogdon, Garland, and what was the other one? Brogdon, Garland, and Ja Morant. I want to see those when they pop up. Also, take a look at KCP first half points over. That's one. Shea is another one that I want to see pop up. And again, these pop up about noon, and I didn't know if I'd have time to get a video out because we have some afternoon games today, so I wanted to get this up. So my early card that I'm going to do, I'm going to take Ingram, Zubac, Holiday, and Giannis rebounds over. And I think that's what I'm just going to ride with a 4-man power card and go with that. So good luck, guys. We'll be back this week. Again, my schedule, Mondays, I'm extremely busy at work. So typically I post the sheets. I don't get a lot of content out. But then Tuesday through Friday, each day, my workload gets a little bit lighter. So more content kind of floods the stream. So play with the sheets. Take a look at it. If you're not a member, we post them in our Facebook group on Thursdays. The link's in the description. We do our NBA sheet and our college basketball sheet, and the NBA sheet you can use for sports betting, player props, and daily fantasy information. So good luck, guys. Go make some money.